Today, I'm joined by a very special guest. He is the President of the United States, Mr. Barack Hussein Obama. And Mr. Obama, you are indeed the president, but really we don't know for how much longer. So I think it's best that we just jump right into this interview and start with the questions now. So hopefully that sounds good with you.
And I think that now's the time to start.
Fantastic. And well, the first thing I'd like to talk to you about today is that you are actually on the cover of this week's issue of Newsweek magazine with the headline reading, "Hit the Road, Barack." The message Newsweek seems to be trying to send, as it reads right on the cover, is that we need a new president. What are your thoughts on that?
I'm trying to send the same message.
Considering your presidency, that actually makes a whole lot of sense. Yeah. So how are you trying to send that message across to the American people?
Using the internet, using software, using modern technology.
Oh, you use the internet, all right. So I'm guessing not everyone in the White House was too thrilled about having to send millions of emails out in order to get your message across to everyone in the country. Maybe you had to bribe them with something, possibly fancy computers in order to fix this problem?
We don't need fancy computers to solve those problems.
I feel that you're lying to me. There has to be at least one fancy computer somewhere. Where is it?
In my office.
I knew it, but let's move on to the next set of questions. Could you describe for me, please, your first term as president in one word or less?
And corruption.
Corruption. Wow. That is accurately worded, yes. But to me, I'm more surprised that you actually admitted it. That seems like something that you usually wouldn't do.
For many years, we made excuses about corruption.
Yeah, I guess, but that right there just sounded more like an excuse all on its own.
I'm not a believer in excuses.
But didn't you just say that for many years you know what? Let's just drop it and move on to the next question. Who, other than yourself, would you hold most responsible for helping you get into the office that you currently hold?
Ultimately, I'm a big believer that Africans are responsible.
Africans. All right, interesting choice. And as true as that may be, I was actually expecting you to say your wife, Michelle. So since Michelle is your partner in crime, if you will, what do you love most about her?
Djibouti.
Mr. President, with all due respect, nobody, and I mean nobody, wants to hear about your wife's Djibouti.
I think you make a very important point.
I mean, do you really want to bring something like that up during this important election season?
And we want to highlight that.
Well, Mr. President, can you promise me, at least for the rest of this interview, that your wives, and yours for that matter, Djibouti, will not be brought up again?
We're not going to be able to fulfill those promises.
Let's change topics. What's your outlook on, I don't know, let's say Tanzania?
You've seen some very good work by the administration in Tanzania focusing on how to deliver concrete services to the people. And wherever folks want to help themselves, we want to be there as a partner.
Oh, that was touching, yes, and it was what's your favorite Kelly Clarkson song?
Get stronger.
Not bad. Stronger. It's an okay song, but I'm surprised you didn't pick the song Gone because, you know, after November 6th, that's what you're gonna be.
That makes absolutely no sense.
Whatever you say, Obama, but I think it's time we finally wrap this up. So, what'd you think of our interview today?
Success.
I think so too, but before we go, one last question. Is there anybody that you hate?
Anybody who's occupied my office and their children.
Wow, not shocking at all, but I think we're going to end on that positive note. So, Mr. President, thank you for being here with us today. And everyone else, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in our next interview.